Welcome back to another episode of the Spaceman 2.0 Predictive Programming Show. Here to point out that where do we live upon? So they have us saying we live on a globe. Well, that's not necessarily the truth. This movie, Battlefield Earth, is showing that Earth has been made into a mining ground for Earthlings to be the miners, and they're called man animals by these guys in Battlefield Earth with John Travolta. So with that being said, look, they take you away, they capture you, take you away in a cube machine that drops you off in their dome structure. They can't breathe the same air we do, so they have to use an apparatus, and then so do we when we're in their dome. So hence the chemtrailing and the geoengineering of our planet. But they're keeping us from the reality of where we truly live. So they're using us to mine for them, all right? They're using us to mine for them and to be controlled by them, because we are stuck in a matrix, a Saturn matrix. If you know anything about Saturn, it's all about control. So here in this movie, this guy is given the chance to learn the language, and he comes up with a plan to defeat them. And there's people on the other side. They call them man animals. And they have to wear a special apparatus to breathe inside this dome. So they tell you you're in a dome. So with that being said, let's get on into, look, the processing center is in Denver. What's under the Denver airport, people? This is predictive programming. Look how this place looks like an entire like city and structures all around, but it's inside a dome. So you see that? They're telling you they're inside the Denver processing plant. Human Processing Center. So if that's not predictive programming, I don't know what is, but they're telling you that we are rat animals used for mining, and we are processed in a center, and it's in Denver. So the Denver airport has a lot of mysterious things happening underneath that. Supposedly goes to underground tunnels, and there's so much underground bases for the elites. So with that being said, the moon is supposed to be a reflection of the Earth's map, actually. So as you go through this, you will see that you have to superimpose and flip it. It's a mirror image, and you have to flip it, and then the dark spots are the land masses, and the light spots are the water. And this is extra land, and this is where the Earth is, over here. Okay, so this is a reflection of the Earth. And then this is the real way it transitions around the equinox, or the constellations. So you see, that is us, and the circle around, sorry, so as you see, this is the ice wall, and it only melts on this side of the ice wall. This side of the ice wall never melts, and it slowly goes around in a circle, and it dances in formation. It will be like this in 25,000 years. So what's that exactly like? Like ballroom dancing, that we love to spin around each other and dance, because the sun and the moon are spinning around each other. The sun spirals in the summer and spirals out in the winter. The moon spirals in the winter and spirals out in the summer, because the moon brings a cold light. It's condensation evaporation mechanism, and it moves throughout the 12 zodiac cycles in 25,000 years, which is a great cycle, and it takes about 100 years to move even 1 inch. So that's why our North Pole is said to be moving, and there's going to be a pole shift. But the pole shifts are natural. The ice caps melting are natural in Antarctica, only in the east, supposedly. And in the west, or the other part, there is no melting, or the vice versa. So only this area stays frozen. This area is what unthaws out. As we move, we're going to come into this area thawing out, and this area getting frozen again. Does that make sense? As we move this way from Aquarius into Pisces, We went from Pisces to Aquarius, and then we're going this way. It will take 25,000 years to go around a big cycle. That's why you can't notice the North Pole moving. So with that being said, this is one of the other understandings of our Earth. We're only on 1/4 of it. The other quarters are there. Okay? 3 and 4. And when the gospel goes to the 4 quarters of the earth, we will be free. So, has the gospel come around before? With all the other civilizations that have happened, and now Christ has come back to teach us the truth, to fight against the satanic elite that are trying to keep us enslaved. Maybe they have islands outside the ice wall, and they're taking all of our resources there and using us as slaves inside here while they live outside in their Atlantis, Pangaea, and Lemuria areas, thawing out because they know it will thaw out eventually. So with that being said, may this be another understanding of where you live and how you live on the planet in the 25,772 year cycle, 25,000 year cycle. And they want us to be controlled inside a global perspective that we cannot get anywhere else, or there is nowhere else to explore on this planet. So this is the Gleason map right here, but this is the map as how it is within our ice ring, but doesn't show the entire Pangaea. Now, I thought there was other ice rings and other ice rings, and it could be like that beyond the greater ice wall. But within ours, we are within another bigger circle that we go around in it. And hence the game Why We Love This, a spiralograph. So what do we do when we make these spirals? We do circles within circles, and it becomes a beautiful play of understanding between lines as we have 2 lines going and making circles all around. So with that being said, this might be the joy and wonder and awe of why we love to dance, because we're mimicking what the natural formation of the earth does. So there is a wonderful guy that did outlines of all the land masses, and this will show you what's going on our planet. So here's another map that they had, and it shows these 4 quarters, which represent like the North Star and how we move around the North Star. But this clock in Prague actually illustrates this circles within circles and how we go through different astrological signs and in different moon days and then the sun time of the day. So this is given to us already, and yet they hide it from us. They hide the truth. So there's the ice walls around us. This is an illustration of how it moves. Okay, so now this is the center, and this will move. They have it moving the opposite direction. It's supposed to move the other way. But you see how it's, all of this would be frozen now. Even Enoch. Okay, I saw the great rivers and came to the great river to do into the great darkness, and went to the place where no flesh walks. I saw the mountains of the darkness of winter. So that could be, he saw Pangaea. Okay. So the Antarcticas, this is where all around those points are all where the NASA base or the bases are, all around the world. Okay, there's points all around there, especially on this side. There's enough bases, military bases, to keep you from exploring these realms over here. If you go past the 60 parallel latitude, you're shot down by military because they will not allow any supplies to go out over here to explore. Meanwhile, here too, because you'll see a dome is coming around us. So this is showing where the North Pole is and how it can change and go around the circle. And then that changes our movements throughout this huge ice dome we live within. So with that being said, why is there an ice wall surrounding us? There's no walls like this in Arctic, and Antarctic is the opposite of Arctic. An arc makes an arc, and the Antarctic is an anti-arc, which goes around us. We can go around the Arctic, and the anti-arc goes around us.